Already, this oil spill is the worst environmental disaster America has ever faced. But make no mistake, we will fight this spill with everything we've got for as long as it takes. We will make BP pay for the damage their company has caused. And we will do whatever is necessary to help the Gulf Coast and its people recover from this tragedy.
Thanks.
The explosion and fire aboard the Deepwater Horizon and the resulting oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico never should have happened, and I'm deeply sorry that it did. We will not rest until we make this right. We're a strong company and no resources will be spared.
It's a lot worse than what Katrina was because we was able to come back from Katrina. And if this comes back, I don't know if we'll ever be able to come. You know, if this comes here, I don't know if we'll ever be able to come back.
Environmental scientists testified to Congress that the use of dispersants, the chemicals that break up oil on the surface and underwater, does nothing except reduce the oil's visibility. In other words, it doesn't clean pollution, it just hides evidence.
With respect, sir, we drill hundreds of wells a year all around the world.
Yeah, I know, that's what's scaring me right now.
I'm just amazed at this testimony. Mr. Hayward, you're not taking responsibility.
Independent science is so important to tell the truth about what's happening here. So far, all the numbers and all the information we're getting is coming either from BP or coming from the government, and frankly, neither of them are very believable.
We just want to get to the truth and find out exactly what happened.
Hello, my name is Gurnee Braden with Gripmaster Films. One of the biggest man-made disasters happened on April 20th, 2010 with the BP oil disaster. According to an article by the Tampa Tribune reported by the Associated Press on November 10th, 2011, the U.S. government's going to allow BP to end its cleanup phase in all the states on the Gulf Coast. This move has angered some local residents as well as the environmental community. So if the government's going to allow BP to stop cleaning up the oil, are they saying that it's safe to go back to the beaches and back to the ocean? According to the article by the Associated Press, BP has made the claim that they have cleaned up 90% of all the Gulf state beaches that were affected by the oil. From my interview with this contractor, it may not be safe to go back onto our Florida beaches. And here's his story on why.
Your name?
Joe S. Johns.
Oh, okay. And so how many beaches do you actually work at?
Perdita Beach, Perdita Keys, and Johnson Beach were the only two that I really worked at.
And that's in the panhandle of Florida?
That's right.
What's the closest major city that it's closest to?
I guess it'd be Pensacola.
So tell me about when you were working. What was this about some oil getting buried?
What it was when the oil would come on the beach, and then the tide would go out and come back in, and the sand would cover it up, and it would make layers in the sand. And we dig the oil up and get it up off the top of the sand, and as what happened is they brung those machines in, those sand sharks and stuff, later on to dig it out of the sand, and it just wasn't doing a good job. What it was doing was pulverizing the oil, and making it so little where you couldn't get it, in my eyes.
And what exactly is a sand shark?
It's a mechanical thing they pull behind a tractor, a 4-wheel drive big tractor, that would that just cleans the beach, picks up trash, cigarette butts, bottle caps, stuff like that, picks up small stuff, and then like rakes the beach, and just makes it look good,
So what was happening then is the oil was mixing in with the sand?
Mixing in with the sand, getting pulverized, to where in my mind, if they just left it lay like it was, we could have cleaned the oil up. If it's just sitting there all the way it's buried in the dirt, we was getting it, it was a slow process, that's what that is, but we could have got it up, no doubt.
And was it important to you to clean that oil, or?
Yes, yeah, very important.
Why was it important to you?
It was important to everybody to get all that oil off that beach. There's some pretty beaches down there, and that Johnson Beach is a reserve, and it just needs to be done by hand, When we was there cleaning up, all of a sudden, we got to move out of their way. Just stop everybody from working, move out of their way, and let them come through, and and they would come in like 4 or 5 wide, and just come through and just and covered the whole a mile or 2 or 3 of the beach, and like down at Johnson Beach, it was really big patties down there laying on top of the sand that they just drove right through, and it was gone. But when you looked in the dump truck, it looked like they was probably getting maybe 10% oil, it just wasn't a very good high percentage.
So they were only picking up 10% of the oil?
Yeah, what I seen, yeah. It'd be a big trunk load of dump truck load, like mostly just sand, shales, and there wasn't very much oil in it at all.
Did some of the environmentalists see some of this stuff going on as well?
Oh yeah,
they did. Yeah. And what did they think about that?
They didn't like it, they didn't like it at all. But I guess there wasn't nothing they could do about it, until there's a lot of steps you got to take to stop something like that. I know the park rangers and stuff like that sure didn't like the sand sharks coming through there, the tractors and stuff coming through there.
And so when you had to move out of the way for these guys, did you ever come back behind them, or there was that in, you just worked on another section?
Yeah, we would pretty much just work a different section then, because that was just pulverized all the heck, you couldn't get it, just beat off. We're so fine that it was about almost like the sand, They didn't just get the shales and sand, but when they only dug down, I think they would go up to 8 inches or something like that. But the crabs, the little ghost crabs, we call them, they get anywhere from this big, and it scooped them up too. And nobody was separating those, letting them run out. They would just get dumped in the dump truck and go with the oil, And that was the other bad thing about the sand sharks, and the other equipment they had trying to clean the beach with, they pulled behind them. There's good people on those beaches down there, some good hard workers down there, those local people down there. They did a heck of a job. They was wanting to work, they was wanting to clean their beaches up.
And so they can get on with tourism and...
Yeah, and glad to get that stuff off the beach. It felt good to do that, They all felt good about doing that job, It was a big letdown when we all got laid off, because we just didn't feel like, most everybody just didn't feel like it was going to get done as good,
Now, how far did you get with cleaning before you got laid off?
A little over 2 months, I think it was.
2 months?
Yeah. But I just hope nature takes care of the rest of it, you know. That's all it's going to be able to, because there ain't no way you going, once that oil's pulverized, you ain't getting it out of there then.